Hello and welcome back to my channel, Cozy Gamer Jessa. I'm Jessa, and in today's video we are going to be doing a lot of terraforming and a little bit of decorating. So the first thing we are going to do is continue to add on to this piece of land because in my Elmer's farm video I talked about having Patty's house up here, and we are going to have an apple orchard up on this piece of land. So I'm going to expand it like almost to the river, actually pretty close to the river, okay? And I'm going to be adding a lot of waterfalls, and behind her house I want to add some more like waterscaping, I guess. So the first thing we're going to do is build out the outline of how far we want her house to be. It has to be a pretty big area because I want some trees, like rows of trees. So it's going to be pretty big. But there is going to be another video where I actually decorate this piece of land. I'm not going to lie, I did get pretty carried away with all of the terraforming. So that's a lot of this video is terraforming and laying down path. So pretty much preparing for future builds, because I'm also going to be terraforming to the left too, which was originally going to be Nook's Cranny, but I've decided that I'm going to make it where my house is going to be, because I always wanted my house to be close to the airport and resident services, because it's just more convenient than running like halfway across my island from my house to wherever I want to go. But that is the plan. So we are just making this giant piece of land right now. But don't worry, I did cut out some of the terraforming because it does actually take a long time to terraform a large piece of land. You probably already know this. I don't know how long exactly, but it was at least like 30 minutes or something. 23 minutes later, and we have this big piece of land ready for Patty's house. Here's a little tour. Very big, open space. Plenty of room for her house and some trees, hopefully. I really don't want to have to expand it again, so we are going to have to work with what this is. So I'm going to add some waterscaping right here and put some like waterfalls. And I also wanted to do like, I don't know if they're called stepping stones, but like when you have pieces of land inside of the river that you can like cross. Probably described that very terribly, but I'll show you in a minute what I mean. First, let's get down there, of course. So we're going to connect the river to this, and this is what I mean. So like little stepping stones, I guess. Pieces of land. And I'm going to put some codes on them too, so they're like a little decorated. I was going to put flowers, but then I was like, the flowers will probably get ruined if I did that. So I'm just going to put this flower design. And that's that. Looks pretty good. And right here we are going to build up another waterfall because I love them. And I'm going to make it kind of big because on top of it I did want to put a area where you could watch for the stars, or yeah, like watch for the shooting stars, because I have a bunch of telescopes. I have like 2 or 3 that I wanted to use. So this is what I mean, like I got carried away because originally it was just going to be Patty's big area, but then I ended up going behind her area, and now we're doing a shooting star cliff. So yeah, that's what we're building now. A big enough cliff to fit at least 2 telescopes, hopefully a tree, hopefully 2 trees, but I don't think it'll be big enough for 2 trees. I'm glad it's actually sunny in game today because the last couple times it's been raining in my game. So I've just been like cleaning up the island, really, which I really needed to clean up the island. As you can see, I have a mass amount of trees right now, and they were actually like where I'm building now, like they were all over the place. So I spent over an hour just picking up trees and moving flowers from this area to the other side of my island to get them out of the way. So that's what I've been up to. At least there's not a bunch of weeds. Early on in game, I did get all of the weeds off my island, and it's taken them quite a bit to grow back, so that's good. Yeah, it was supposed to snow today in where I live, but it is not snowing, which is disappointing because I do love a good snow. And I even last night I went outside and I salted the sidewalk and the stairs and all that because I was prepared this time, because last time I was not prepared, and you know, it made my stairs just completely covered in ice last time, and my car was covered in ice. So this time I was prepared, and then it did not even snow. It's just been sleet, which I guess could be worse. Could be icier, I'm not sure. So far it does not look icy outside. It's like barely sprinkling, but we will see. I'm just eating potatoes in game to move some trees so I can finish up that little patch of cliff, because I ended up building a little bit too close to my trees, and we are going to expand it because I think it looks kind of weird right now. First, let's put the waterfalls, of course. See, I like waterscaping when it's waterfalls, but I don't like waterscaping when it's building a river. I feel like that is, like, I have great difficulty with that. I don't know if that's just me, but I always am not very good at making it look natural, I guess. But I like the shape of that. I think that is definitely big enough for what I need it for, which is just like some telescopes and a tree. I also have some like celestial items, like the little nova lights, and I have mushroom items. So we are prepared to make this little shooting star area for sure. But I'm just placing my path like I do. Also, if you want any of these codes, I do have a full Pinterest list that I will put in the description. So if you want to download these for your island, they're right there for you, I promise. But I haven't used this leaf path yet, and I think like as we progress a little bit further and the ground is less bright green, it will look a lot better. But I think it looks pretty good. I'm gonna put some actual leaves on it also, because that's one of my favorite items, to be honest. That also reminds me that I just sold all of my weeds to Leaf, like I think it was yesterday, but I sold them all, and I needed to craft some items for the decorations for this build, and I literally had no weeds at all because I sold them all, and I needed them to make more leaf piles, so I was only able to make like 3 leaf piles, which sucked because I used so many, and I plan to use even more. So that was very disappointing. I have to get some weeds, but hopefully we are going to go villager hunting soon. I'm eagerly waiting for Cherry or Mott's to decide to move off the island because I'm itching to go villager hunting because I really need Grizzly on this island. Like, he is the number 1 villager that we need, and we have 2 people that need to get off this island first, but he will have his own little area, and it's going to be part of a forest build. I know, it's kind of vague, but that is my idea, because he looks like a lumberjack, so it's going to be a lot of wood and trees, and his house is going to be a log cabin. I don't know what his house originally comes as, but we will update it so it'll match the theme. So I'm going to do a little bit of a life update while I have a couple minutes to talk to you. It is kind of ridiculous, and it did make me angry, so I just wanted to talk about it, I guess. So I wear glasses. Most of you will probably not know that, but I went to get a new glasses prescription just from like a local eyeglass place, and I accidentally set up the appointment to be remote. So I had an eye exam over webcam at the office, which was crazy. And the doctor, she said that I had a large nevus in the back of my eye. And she was like really concerned about it. So she sent me to a specialist, and I went to the specialist last week. And the specialist is like, what are you even talking about? There's only like discoloration in your eye. There's no large nevus. And he was so confused on why I was there. And mind you, this appointment was $185 with all the tests and like my copay. So that plus the eyeglasses prescription, I spent like $200. And this remote doctor said that I had like a concerning large nevus in my eye. So I guess I will not be getting my eyes examined over webcam anymore. And I recommend you also not get your eyes examined over webcam, because they might diagnose you with something or be concerned about something that is not there. It's probably just a smudge in the webcam. So that's what I've been going through, because I thought I had eyeball cancer or something because the way she made it sound, but in reality, my eyes are fine. But my prescription did go up. But at least I got cool glasses. Right now, I am decorating. I have a lot of glow moss and vines. And as you can see, I am placing down more custom codes because I think it really fills up the area, especially because I don't have a whole lot of decorating items. So when you have your floor covered in code, it really takes up space. But I put my little starlights, my telescopes, and right now I'm going to build out another cliff. And we just like sped past it. But this is where I'm going to put my house, all the way back here. So I have plans to have like a crafting area and where I'm going to put my shed. I'm not sure what else I'm going to put up here. I don't know. I kind of wanted to have another little farm in front of my house, but I don't know if that's weird because Elmer's farm is so close to my house. But we'll have to see. And I'm going to put path in between these two pieces of land to take up space, to fill the space, I guess. And I'm going to be using my dirt and rock path, which I love. Whoever made this, love you so much for this. Okay, so this is going to sound a little egotistical, but I think the paths that I did in this video look really good, especially compared to my like first builds that I had on my other islands. I think I have very much improved my path placing abilities, and I'm not sure if it's because I have this beautiful, wonderful path that I got, or if it's just me. But this whole area is gonna have paths. They're not all gonna be connected. It's kind of hard to connect them all in this tight space, but there's gonna be like patches of the code path on the ground, and then we're gonna add some glow moss, some flowers, some bushes. I have a couple decorations, not a whole lot, unfortunately, but I do have a couple, and we can always go back and add more if we think it needs more. But I'm very eager to start working on Patty's house and my house, so stay tuned if you were looking forward to me decorating those, because that's probably going to be in the next video or the one after that, depending on how motivated I am to continue decorating this week. But it's more than likely one of those builds will be this week. I really just need to get more decorations and have my apple trees fully grown, because I do have like a bunch of them that are only like young trees, I guess. Like I planted them and then I had to move them, and now I think they're too close and they're not growing. Anyways, I need to grow more trees before I can do the apple orchard, of course. But that is going to come soon, so don't you worry. And I'm going to be adding vines because they're a good decoration, and if you want to climb a cliff, easy access right there. Easy, simple. So I did mean to do this pathing right in this area where Elmer's house and Patty's like stairs meet, but I didn't have the time or the will to do it in the other video, so we are just doing that now because we kind of have to connect these areas, and I'm just gonna do a big blob of path to connect the entrance, Elmer's, and then Patty's, like connect it all with this big path. And I'm gonna add more decorations over here, more flowers and glow moss and all that, so it can kind of be more uniform, because it is a little bare in this little triangle area. It really needed this path for sure. So these random ideas keep coming to me, but I just had the most brilliant idea of having a coffee shop on the beach. So I don't think it's going to be on the beach by Elmer's house. I think it might be outside of the museum. So hear me out. There is a coffee shop on the inside, but we can also have a coffee shop on the outside. Huh? And of course, we're going to have a lot of waterfalls and statues. I do first have to get statues, but that will be at a later date. But we need to write down these ideas now. So a museum coffee shop sounds amazing, but I really need to place down some flowers and some decorations around here. So that's what I'm going to do now. I just picked them up from the other side of my island, where I have an embarrassing amount of flowers and bushes over there. If you saw it, you'd probably cry. It makes me upset looking at it because there's so many. I promise you there's so many flowers. I have the beautiful island ordinance, so it's biting me in the butt right now because all of my villagers keep watering my flowers, and they're not crossbreeding. So there's just like a bunch of like white, yellow, and red flowers over there, like a mass amount of flowers. I'm not joking. So we are gonna have to start getting rid of flowers at this point, start selling them, because there's nothing I can do with them. Nothing at all. I've made this problem myself, unfortunately. And of course, I'm adding the glow moss. I really love when you walk through it and the little sparkles come up. That's probably my favorite part. So that's why we're adding that in sort of the walkway of this path, so you can intentionally walk over them. Because I love to do that, and I love to walk over the leaf pile item because the leaves like rustle. Love that. And here is our first bunny decoration. Love it. And we have some butterfly statues. I did mean to change the colors of these mushroom lights, but I actually think they look pretty good in green. I didn't think I would like them, but looking back at the footage, because this is a speed build, of course, I think it looks really good with the green. It's very whimsical. And then I have my little gyroid, who is also green, so it kind of goes. But yeah, I really didn't have a lot of decoration, but I still think the area looks full because of the flowers and the bushes and the moss. I think it looks pretty good. And we are going to do a little tour of everything that we did today, which is, of course, first we started with Patty's big plot of land, which we are going to work on. I promise you, we are going to work on it and add our house up here. And we have those little stepping stones or whatever you want to call them in the back. And then we come down her stairs. We did the path right here. And we have this little secret pathway to our shooting star area where we can watch shooting stars. And I have my beautiful telescopes, my starlights. I think it looks pretty good. I like it. Beautiful waterfalls. The houses and trees in the background will not be permanent. Don't worry. Especially not Mott's house, because he is getting kicked off the island. He's voted off. Anyways, guys, here is where my house is going to be. Not entirely sure how I want it, but stay tuned. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching this video, especially if you watched it all the way to the end. You're amazing. Alright, bye guys.